welcome to General Hospital MV, my TH After show. Let's get into it, starting with Monday's episode. Now, Monday's episode was Oscar's memorial, and I actually really liked it. I liked that it wasn't too somber and not too cheesy. It was just perfect for who the character of Oscar was. I loved Jocelyn, Cameron, and Trina all hanging out together and being there for each other. I loved seeing all of Oscar's friends and family gather together and just kind of putting their differences aside and just being there for Oscar's sake and doing exactly what he would have wanted them to do on that day. The only thing that I didn't like about the episode, and it's kind of like it's not so much the writing or anything, Monica's sunglasses. Listen, I've watched GH long enough to know that Monica actually always wears sunglasses to funerals, but this time around you could just constantly see the lighting of the set in the shades, so it just threw me off a lot during that episode. But my favorite part of the episode was towards the end. Ned and Olivia renamed the park Oscar's Meadow, which was a really nice sentiment, and of course it made Kim emotional, which led to my favorite scenes of Kim and Sunny having a moment there with each other. It kind of reminds me that Tamara Braun and Maurice Benard have amazing chemistry, and to be honest, I think that's part of the reason why they never share scenes, so I'm really grateful that they did share scenes in this case. It was a good, reminiscent moment of, GH's past and GH's present, so I don't know, I want more scenes with Kim and Sunny together. They're just so good together. It's nothing against Laura Wright. I actually really love her as an actress, and I love her as Carly as well. But man, Maurice and Tamara, their chemistry, it's just so good. I want them in more scenes together. Up next, let's talk about Willow getting fired from her school. Now, Willow had a parent-teacher conference in her classroom. They were all in a round circle. Elizabeth and Franco were there, Nina was there, and the parents of the kid that Aiden used to be friends with that did not invite Aiden to her birthday party were also there, and they accused Willow of having a gay agenda because there was a book in the library that happened to be, I guess a gay story. And Nina actually went up to bat for Willow a little bit and said, "Was that book assigned to anyone in particular?" She was like, "No, it's just a book in the library." Nina doesn't believe in censorship, so she put those parents in her place, which I applaud her for, but she also made it known to Willow that she was not defending her. At the end of the conference, Willow was informed that she was being let go at the end of the school year, and I think a lot of people think that it was Nina and Valentine using their money and resources to get her fired. I have a different theory. I happen to think that it was Dawn of Day. We know that Shiloh has been lurking around there lately, and I wouldn't put it past him to make her feel like she has nowhere to turn to but Dawn of Day by using his connections within the school to get her to lose her job. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below what your theories are. Alright, now let's get into the riveting tales of Finn and Anna. Now, you guys know I don't like them, but we gotta talk about the story here because some crazy shenanigans went down. Basically, Robert was at Kelly's and he put the ring down on the table for a second and went outside to talk to Sunny. Mike found the ring and he decided to use it to propose to his already wedded girlfriend. Once Robert realized he misplaced the ring, he went into full-on panic mode and tried to look for it. Mac and Felicia were there and they were wondering what was going on. Anna walks in and assumes that Robert was gonna propose to her and that Felicia and Mac were all in for it, which I find hard to believe because, first of all, Felicia has been kissing Finn and Anna's butt this whole time. The fact that Anna thinks that she's trying to push Robert into proposing to her is whack attack. Anna puts on this big show about how she never intends on getting married again. It's just not right for her. It was obviously because she thought that Robert was going to be the one to propose to her and not Finn, but I mean, Robert bought into it. But Robert felt bad enough that he tried to go and replace the ring and hoped that Finn wouldn't notice. However, the ring had significance to Finn and Anna. Robert didn't know that. I gotta tell you, I don't enjoy these scenes, but I do enjoy seeing Robert Scorpio, and I feel like the writers are kind of hinting that he might stick around. You better not do the old bait and switch, because I love me some Robert Scorpio. I want him here more often. If you put Robert with Anna, I wouldn't hate it. Robert and Laura? Not a bad idea either. I like Kevin, but Robert and Laura have a long time friendship. Since we brought up Kevin, we might as well get into that story. Now, Kevin and Ava have been putting on a show for the media, showing that they are a couple. Julian walked in on them kissing and actually punched Kevin in the face, and Ava pressed charges just so that it would make the news. Now, of course, they got the charges dropped the next day, but Ava and Kevin are still doing their game. Meanwhile, Laura and Curtis are still in Toronto, where it's still winter apparently. Oi. And apparently Maxie and Peter are in Toronto too. That was finally established after we were all confused about it. Laura and Curtis continued their search and went back to the house that they were first suspicious of last week. And they talked to the girl that was in that house, and she's clearly hiding something. She kind of cuts them off and they leave. But later on, that lady calls them back to the house, and when Laura and Curtis got there, she was dead. Obviously Ryan killed her, and then Ryan knocked Curtis out and then attacked Laura as well. Now, the thing that kind of annoys me about this is that in reality, Ryan probably just would have stabbed both Laura and Curtis to death. I'm glad that he didn't, but it's just a little bit ridiculous that he just decided to tie them up instead and put gasoline in the house on the off chance that they might get caught in the explosion, which they didn't. Also, I want to take the time to once again thank the writers for actually giving Laura some good storylines. Seeing her written the way she's supposed to has been heaven for me. I'm thoroughly enjoying Laura this time around. Absolutely loving it. Anyway, the body of that lady was nowhere to be found, and I'm willing to bet it's going to make an appearance at the nurses' ball because Friday's episode was the start of the nurses' ball. But before we get into that, let's talk about some Dawn of Day stuff. Christina and Molly shared a really nice reunion and hugged it out in a very sisterly way, but of course, they're both still worried about Sam being in Shiloh's grasps. They are still both unaware that Sam is working undercover to bring Shiloh down, and Molly has her own ideas on how to bring him down. Molly's plan was to bring the story to the invader that Shiloh and Dawn of Day is a cult, and Sam was not happy with that prospect. Of course, they don't realize that Sam is undercover, but I feel like they should probably know at this point so that something doesn't get messed up. I mean, they're not going to tell Shiloh, obviously, that Sam is undercover. They're not going to blow her cover. Christina knows that Shiloh is bad news. That was established last week. So why it's still a secret from them is beyond me. Let them in on it. Even Alexis knows at this point. Anyway, Sam's brilliant idea is to invite Shiloh to the nurses' ball so that Jason and Spinelli, who made his return this week, can go and bug the Dawn of Day house. But it is obvious to me that Shiloh knows that Sam is running a con. He would not have gotten rid of all the paperwork if he didn't think that Sam was the one that was sneaking around. He saw her leave the room. We saw her leave the room. Why are Sam and Jason being written as stupid for this? Alright, now before I give myself an aneurysm, let's talk about the nurses' ball red carpet. The nurses' ball red carpet had its usual shenanigans. You got your celebrity guest host. You have the typical awkward Nina hosting duties, and you had weird sentences like, here we have the super spies, Robert and Anna, as if they would announce to all the world that they're super spies, because spies aren't secret or anything. I had two favorite moments on the red carpet episode. Number one, Scott Baldwin being Scott Baldwin. He did not want to be there. He didn't want to talk to Nina or the celebrity guest host, who was the actress from Grey's Anatomy, I think. He went up to Maxie, she asked who he was wearing, and all he said was, expensive. He was basically distracted by Ava and Kevin, rightfully so. And him and Lucy come up with a plan to break them apart. Basically, Lucy's gonna try to seduce Kevin, and Scott's gonna have Ava try to walk in on it. Something tells me it's gonna go horribly wrong. The second thing I loved the most about the red carpet was Jax and Nina. Oh my god, the chemistry off the charts. I loved them, and I was surprised how much that I did love them. Nina being so flustered by him was just adorable, and Jax, the way that he was looking at her, even I would be like, Valentine who? That guy is garbage anyway. And the idea of Valentine and Jax having a rivalry, oh my god, so good. The Jax and Sunny thing, super played out. Brenda's not here anymore. Carly obviously chose Sunny. She's pregnant with his baby. Like, that's not gonna change. So having Jax do something else is exciting. I think if anyone can bring Valentine down, it's probably Jasper Jax. I am down to get that party started. The only thing that I'm sad about is that Michelle is leaving. Like, we know what the chemistry between them is like, but now we gotta see if the chemistry is still the same with this new actress. Like, I wanna be excited for Jax and Nina, but it's just a weird prospect having a new actress come in right after that, and we know that it's happening soon. I honestly don't even think that we'll get to see Michelle Stafford play out the scenes of learning the truth about Valentine, so it's gonna throw me a little bit to watch this new actress play those scenes out, because we were more invested in seeing Michelle's version go through that, but I guess we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I am super excited for the nurses' ball next week. I know that some people find it cheesy, but I love that GH has carried this tradition, and I love getting to see the actors kind of do something else that's very different for a little bit. So I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. I already seen Chase's performance, and oh my god, if I'm not gonna say anything more in case you guys haven't seen it. You're gonna enjoy it, and I can't wait to see who else performs at the Nurses Ball. Anyway, let me know what you thought of this week's GH in the comments below, and if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you guys next time.